Welcome to the channel. My name is Mike. Today I'm going to show you something pretty cool. And what we have here is the Weilalife outdoor solar camera. That's right. They operate on solar, but you can also charge them with an outlet. Let me go over how that works. When you first open the box, now when I received these, I shot the box opening clip and it accidentally got deleted, which is kind of good because I went ahead and I set the system up. I got to know it, and now I know what it's capable of, and I can explain it to you better. So right off the bat, I took it out of the box, and you may want to look through the pieces that they give you. You know, you get extra screws, you get charging cables, but I spent an hour looking for a screwdriver that they supply. And the reason you need this is when you first get the camera, here on the bottom, get over here, we can see is a panel. You take both of these screws out, you got your on-off switch and a reset. Now, a reset will be needed if you get new internet or you change your Wi-Fi or whatever. You have to reset it. It's very simple to set up. So all you do is you take this off. Be careful. There's a rubber gasket that goes in there. I already lost one. Oh no, I can't find it anywhere. Be careful that that gasket stays with this, and simply push the on button, and then it enters setup mode. And I'd go ahead and leave that off till you had them set up, in case you got to start over and hit reset. But once you got it set up, you put this back on. I don't see that you got to take that off for a while. So these cameras are adjustable. Here's your solar panel. It comes with two antennas. You can move them. I've messed around and got the best signal. That works best for me. It has your solar panel, and this adjusts as well. You have to take a screw on this one, just loosen it a little, and then this will go any way you want. It depends where you're gonna, mount them. Okay, on the setup, once you've turned this on under this button, you're gonna go download an app. Okay, when you get into the app, I'll get into that in a minute. When you get into the app, it's going to want you to scan this barcode here. You scan it. It identifies that it's the camera, and it gives you a barcode on your phone, and you point the camera at it and scan it. Camera set up. Then all that's left for you to do is go in and mess with the settings. You want to, however you want to, how sensitive you want to make it. When I initially set it up, it was picking everything up, and I don't want it notifying me every 5 seconds. It has one setting that it'll just go off when it sees a person. That's fine for me, because these cameras, I already have a wired system, but what's nice about these is I can put these cameras anywhere. I'm not restricted to the length of the cables that the wired system has. So let me show you the app. Now there's two apps. They give you a choice. It comes with the instruction book, which I left upstairs. Anyway, it walks you through step by step on how to set these cameras up. Okay, let me open up the app. And the app's names, the one is called, get up here, Honest View is the first one I tried. That didn't work for me. I don't think it was anything to do with the app. It was the internet settings. You have to have it set to public, which is not public. It's just if you want to pick up any other Wi-Fi on your router. So let's go ahead and open up this app, and let's point these cameras away from me. Right away you'll see both cameras. They're coming up. Okay. Let's click on this one. Turn it sideways. I know my phone's dirty. And there it is, looking at you. Or looking at the camera, filming you. Okay, this has audio, two-way audio. And it doesn't work too good when I got the phone this close to it. I'll demonstrate that in a minute. Another nice feature is you can also talk through that. Like a lot of the other Ring cameras and things like that, you can speak, and I'll give you a scenario when you might need to do that. Okay. Your neighbors. Mary Lou, she lives 4 trailers down from you. She's got a son, Merle Bob. He's 34 years old. He's never moved out of home. He's been in that trailer for 34 years. Won't get a job, won't go in the military. Now he's hanging around these people. He's hooked on something. He's been out stealing. Well, you got your prized 8-track collection up in your trailer. You've got the unsealed, unplayed ABBA's Greatest Hits, and it's signed by 2 band members. It's priceless, right? I mean, you got 1970s truckers, trucking songs. You don't want that stolen. You got your own karaoke cabinet. Well, here comes Merle Bob. He's walking up to your place. Your Aunt Martha died. Yep, she lives in the next town. You got to go down there with your mother and clean out her trailer, which means you got to be at night because your waitressing job kept you up. You work late. Well, you're gone. All of a sudden, dangle, dangle, dangle. You get a notification on your phone. Somebody's in your yard. You click on it. Oh, there he is. That's Merle Bob right there. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Now, I'm going to go outside and walk away from this camera for a minute so I don't get the feedback. And I'm going to talk to Merle Bob. I'm going to give him a choice. Here we go. Let me walk out of here. Just so we don't get feedback. Feedback may be coming from my mics. Merle Bob. What are you doing? You better turn around. Get off my property. Merle Bob. Go away. Yes, sir. It's that simple, folks. You can yell at Merle Bob from your aunt's house, your deceased aunt's house. She might have some 8 tracks up in that closet, and that's what you want to take. You don't want to be bothered with Merle Bob. So he's going to do 1 or 2 things. He's going to turn around and skedoodle out of there. Or he's going to take that crowbar in his hand. He's going to go in. He's going to take your 8-track tapes. Well, this whole time, all you have to do is hit record. It gives you the option to record him. I don't really have to open it. There's a little icon where you can record at any point that you want. So you will have evidence that goes to the cloud. This is a cloud-based camera. It's a cloud-based app. So that makes it nice. I had my phone upside down. That's probably what it was. Now, like I said, I got these because if I want to watch the puppies, which I had it on them last night, it worked wonderful. I will show you a night image that I took last night of it. It's just as clear as my 4K cameras. 1080D and 4K, the only difference is what you're viewing it on. It's probably a little, but I didn't see any difference. And it's somewhere I read that it had 4K, but it says 1080D. But it's great quality. I will show you examples of that. So, it comes with charging cables. Now, I failed to mention, when you first get them, you're going to need to make sure they're fully charged. So you will have to plug these into the house outlet. It took a couple hours to charge them. Once they were fully charged, they sat for a week before I got to this interview because I was waiting on microphones. And they were at 99% when I turned them on yesterday to set them up. So that's pretty good. And this morning, the batteries on the camera were still full from being solar charged. So they will last all night. You should not have to, I don't, unless you have a stretch of cloudy weather, I don't see any reason why you got to charge them. So that is, these are very handy because I have tried other cameras out here that were wireless. The one I tried required that you have a data card. You had to pay for that, and the service did not come in here, so it didn't work for me. This runs off your own Wi-Fi system, so you do have to have Wi-Fi. If you don't have Wi-Fi or a router, they're not going to work for you. Most people do, so it's really not a problem. So I am very happy with them. Very simple to use, very easy to set up, and I'm, when it comes to apps, I'm not the most savvy person with that, and a lot of us aren't. We grew up before the cell phone era. But it was fairly simple. The only issue I had was I did not have my internet set to public, which simply means anything that I want to add to the Wi-Fi. It was a little, it's the firewall still works. Nobody's going to get in on you. So, but these worked well all night long, and I appreciate you checking them out. And I will leave a link to them. If you hang on, I will show you the night footage of this. It's pretty amazing, So I appreciate you watching. Happy trails. All right, now I'm going to show you what the nighttime image looks like on this camera. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the SA Cloud app. Where'd it go? I just had it. Okay, we're going to open the app. Just like in the daytime pictures. Here's camera 1 that overlooks the driveway. And as you can see very clearly. And again, it takes a few seconds for it to update the image, and then it's live. And then again, you could use the speaker if you needed to talk to anybody. Now we'll just go back and we'll look at the dog kennel. And they're all in their doghouse. But it's every bit as good as these images. Well, maybe not as good, but pretty darn good for a solar powered camera. And I might add, let me turn y'all around. If you look, there is it's still showing fully charged, and then over here it's showing that I got 3 bars, and that's pretty good because I think it's at 150-foot range. So that's the nighttime. That's what it looks like at night. Pretty impressed.